finally, a source of raw, real, and honest information on healthcare issues that matter most. Welcome to BS Free MD. From the latest medical information to how to stay sane as a doctor or a patient, no subject is taboo, no BS is allowed. Now, let's welcome your hosts, Doctors May and Tim Hindmarsh.
Well, we are back for another BS Free MD DOCTALES with Cocktails episode. This one coming pre-recorded. We're doing a little experiment.
Well, we're still live, but we're live early in the day. I was going to sing Day Drinking.
Nah. Well, I'm priming for bunco. There you go. That's why.
As I like to call it, drunko.
No, not where I'm going. I don't think so. I think they will be sober and very serious. All right. Today on the podcast, Tim's got some insightful and new newsworthy nonsense to share with us, including Canada going nuts again with their healthcare system and folly, as well as a very important reason not to go vegan. Is that what you're saying?
Uh-huh. Yet another reason.
Extra reason, another reason not to go vegan.
Another reason.
And finally, an unusual source of a very important, food supplement?
Food additive.
Oh, food additive.
And it amazingly dovetails wonderfully with the cocktail of the week. I am so good at putting together content. I cannot believe it.
And it looks like you are already ready for the 4th of July or the 1st of July, whatever country you partake in. Nice white beater t-shirt.
I know. That's good. Yeah,
you're early to the party. I'll have to get mine out and get it ready for the festivities.
Yeah, we got a comment from Sabine Hazen, which is with a bunch of smiley, laughy faces, which was nice tank top. And I wrote her back. I said, "There's plenty more of those."
There are.
Yes, Dr. Sabine, plenty more of those.
All right. Well, before we get to the cocktail of the week, which everybody is dying to know, why don't you start off?
I'm still sweating. I worked out just before I got it. It's 93% humidity outside.
Nice.
I was swimming, and I was sweating while I was swimming. It was so hot and steamy. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
It's like the pool is like 84. The air is 87. It's 93% humidity. But you know what? It's better than pissing rain in 40 degrees, which is where we came from. So I was
going to share and post. I forgot to. When I went swimming, I dug out an old swim cap that I had. That is this thick black latex. It was probably 95 degrees, sun blazing down. It was high noon. Dumbest thing in the world to do is wear a black swim cap into a tropical swimming pool. Not smart. I got a little heat stroke in the pool, let's just say. So I got myself a white one. Now I have to test it out. Okay, let's get to the stories, Tim, because I got bunco to get to.
You got drunko to get to. All right, here we go. First story. Top cancer charity apologizes for using word cervix instead of trans-friendly front hole.
Wow. Okay, so you can't move that slide over a little bit for us to see.
I can't move anything.
Big DPN. We need to move that to the left. Oh, we can't because it's
whatever.
StreamYard. Anyway, if you can't read it all.
Top cancer charity apologized for using the word cervix instead of trans-friendly front hole.
Okay.
I don't even know what a front hole is.
I'm speechless. I'm sitting here thinking so many thoughts and all these words. So wait, can I see that again? Top cancer specialist.
Well, I'm going to read the article because the article is
top cancer charity. Okay, who's the charity? First of all, number two.
Well, take a guess.
Trans friendly. So, you know what? Why do we have to be more friendly to them? What about being woman friendly? Okay.
Yeah. Guess what? It's 51% of the population of the entire Earth. We're going to get to that in 1 second. Let me get to the article.
And my cervix is not my front hole. Like, what the hell?
What does cervix mean? There's a meaning of the word. The word has a meaning. It has a meaning because everything in comes from Latin. What does it mean, May? What does it mean? What's the translation? What does cervix translate to?
You know what?
Neck.
I was going to say
Neck.
the only cervix I know is neck.
Neck. It's
So-
the neck of the uterus.
Right.
Ergo, it's the uterine cervix. It's not the uterine.
Well, it's
it's
not a
the
hole.
uterine front hole.
Well, there's no hole on a. Well, there is a hole in a cervix, but
Well, yes, because
still,
that's how. Yes.
Like, what hole do they refer? What the heck?
No,
what are they
it's
referring
completely.
to?
It
all makes. This is
makes
some
zero
made up
sense.
bullshit.
Like honestly.
So I'm going to say top cancer charity.
Oh no,
like,
it is. Just
has
listen.
no brain and
No, they have no brain.
And I don't know. Come up with another word for their brain. Empty vacuous space.
Okay, let me read this to you.
What?
A top cancer
This is
charity
so
has
dumb.
apologized for using the word cervix instead of trans-friendly front hole. The Canadian Cancer Society,
Of course.
which is run by philanthropist Andrea Seeley, acknowledged the LGBTQ plus community on a webpage
Well, good for her.
dedicated
for
to
her.
cervical cancer under the page's Words Matter section. Yes, they do.
Yeah, and so you know what? I'm offended. How about that? Do those words matter? You've offended me and all the other millions of women that don't have a front hole, that have a cervix, by not addressing it as that. So, how many front hole owning people are there in the world? How many cervical owning people are there in the world?
You know what? There's zero. They made the word up.
So you know what? She's gone and offended 99% of the population for a. This is, and you know what? Everybody should be outraged. I hope this goes viral. I hope she hears about it. I want to have a conversation. So you're trying to appeal to this small minority of people that, God bless their hearts, they are hurting. They want to be whatever, treated with respect. And we have to bend words, make up new diagnoses, make up new medical terminology so their feelings are hurt. Like, that is just pathology yourself. And number two, where's the rest of the world that's not speaking up against this?
No.
Stop it.
Where's the rest
Stop
of
it.
the women? Okay. You know, there's two groups that should be.
Come on, ladies.
There should be two groups that are
I
unbelievably
want to hear
pissed off.
from everybody.
Three groups.
Like, I'm more offended than the LGBTQ plus community because we didn't call it. Come on, are they really offended if we call it a cervical screening?
There should be three groups of people that are marching in the street with pitchforks, pissed off about this. None of which are white males like me. There should be three. There should be women, lesbian women, and gay men, because they all get roped into this milieu.
I don't know about the gay man. I'm just saying.
No, gay
women.
men, because it's LGBTQ whatever that they're trying to be sensitive to. If I was a gay male, I'd be like, go away from me. You're an idiot. I don't want any. All I want to do is live with my husband, mind my own business. What I do in my spare time or for my sexual proclivities is none of your damn business. Just don't, gay bash me or segregate me from the rest of society. Okay.
Well, they get lumped into it.
No, they get lumped into this.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I was a gay man, I would be like, why the hell is this part of my problem?
Yes.
I just wanted to get married to a dude, and now I got to call a cervix, which is a scientific term for part of a woman's uterus, a front hole, to placate some crazy bearded guy in a dress with purple hair. Like, what the hell?
So what news forum was this on? Just curious.
It's on lots of news forums because it blew the hell up. It's on this one. The best is from the Daily Mail.
Why do we give attention and voice to idiot people like this? Like, why?
No, but she's the head of a major charity. That's why. If this was me, if this was me on Instagram with 1,600 followers saying we should call it a front hole, people would go, "You're an idiot." The reason this blows up is because this is the Canadian Cancer Society. You know what? You know what this means? This means there's a board of directors in Canada sitting around, okay, of rich people. Because who sits on the board of directors of major charities? It's not homeless dudes sucking the dregs of a Smirnoff bottle in the middle of Toronto. It's rich, pretentious a-holes. That's who sits there. And they're going along with this. I've sat on boards of directors of billion-dollar corporations, and they would lose their ever-loving shit if they saw something like this, because it's so unbelievably damaging to them. The only way they get money is through people giving money. And they are literally looking like complete moronic idiots. Like they're burning their business down. That board of directors should be 100% fired. They should hire the best PR firm in Toronto. They should get a new board, and they should apologize like crazy and say, you know what? We really respect LGBTQ people, but a cervix is a cervix, and we want everyone to get cancer screened regardless of how you identify.
Yes.
Done. The shortest
Yes.
sentence in the world.
Yes.
Give to the Canadian Cancer Society. Done.
So now you know what pisses me off about this stuff? It's like you want to cater to one group of people, then you have to completely alienate and offend the other group of people, which is the majority. Like, what the heck?
Well, they never had they've never had the discussion of every
Like
single thing.
who even calls it a front hole? Who?
No, but you know who does?
Who made that
You know
up?
who does? You know who did? Our 2-year-old daughter. I have a back hole and a front hole
Yes.
because she was 2 freaking years old.
Well, that's
who said it.
Exactly what I'm thinking. Somebody who's very immature and idiotic, and oh my gosh, I'm speechless, but I'm pissed.
Like cervix means neck. It's like the most non-offensive thing you could say. It's not breast, which has like female connotations. It's not, whatever, pick your genitalia word of the month club.
So look at all of this talk lately we've had about using correct, empowering women and girls to use correct terms, not to be ashamed of their body, and calling it correct things instead of coming into the doctor or going somewhere and saying it's my little, I don't know, PP, or all these cutesy terms that people use, which A, drive me nuts, and B, I have a bunch of friends, and you and your families use all these little special fluffy or kitty cat or all this bullshit.
Well, Chich was my favorite, but that's a shout out.
It's still, I think, very immature and stupid. And I'm being honest. I just call it what it is. So now we can't even say cervix because it's offensive to, I don't know, 2,500 people in the country?
Yeah, no, it's really it's so.
Give me a effing break. I am up to here with this.
So who should be the most pissed off by 100 million times is women. Women, get off your front holes and get out there and mock the living shit out of this, because this is demeaning to women. It's unbelievably demeaning to women. Like, if you think that the stuff going on in the boys saying that they're girls and racing and all that, that's terrible. All of that's terrible. And who should be the most pissed off is women. Don't be here's what has to happen. You have to not be scared of being called the name, because you're going to get called the name. But guess what? Sticks and stones. It doesn't matter.
Well, the problem is,
so they call you phobic.
These people are afraid to speak out because they think that's like, well, we have to be sensitive and respectful to this group of people, and therefore, we don't want to offend them because you have to be kind. And they think that they're being, I would say, morally superior because they got to be kind and loving to all people. And therefore, they start to use terms that these people will want to hear, supposedly, not even thinking, because this is so idiotic, about what they're really saying, and that they're now alienating, offending the rest.
Great. Yes. Can I put this into a synopsis
of the world?
Living in my body
it's just such a, I'm going to say it, liberal mentality. It drives me freaking nuts.
Because
we got to be sensitive to everybody. Well,
yeah, no, but you don't.
You can't.
Here's the problem. You don't. So this is what I've learned. Take the Dr. Tim Hindmarsh.
You have to actually,
offensive.
Common sense is going to offend some people.
Yeah. Then then I want to be the most offensive person in the world. This is the point.
Well,
I understand who I am. And I understand that I am going to offend people. And I may offend people greatly. So I go into a room and I go, who am I going to offend? Because it's probably going to be somebody. Now, I don't intentionally want to do that.
Not actively.
I don't intentionally or actively want to do that. But I'm probably at some point during some conversation going to piss someone off. So pick who that's going to be.
Well,
do you want it to be the most fragile, mentally ill people in your society, or do you want it to be 51% of your society? You should think about that.
No, but there's a difference.
Because you're going to piss someone off.
Right. Yeah, there's a difference between, you're right, actively going out there trying to.
Yeah, be a bomb thrower and intentionally piss people off. That's just being gross.
But if you feel like you have to, I'm going to use the word pussyfoot around and change your vocabulary and how you act and the words you choose and digress from your moral compass and what you believe in life to appease everybody, you're going to fail because you're not going to be able to do it. And then what's happening is you are wishy-washy. You are a hypocrite. You don't stand up for what you believe in because you're trying to.
And most importantly, you're not honest.
And you're not.
You're not honest.
That is not loving and helpful to anybody.
Being honest doesn't mean being a jerk and going and blasting people. You should be incredibly sensitive to other people's feelings and their backgrounds and their proclivities. And I totally think it's part of being a good human.
Right.
But at the same time, if you're always self-censoring yourself because of other people's feelings, you're doing the single thing that most people in palliative care regret the most in their life, which is they're living their life based on what other people think that they should do. So you know what? When you are succumbing to stuff that you know is absolutely insane, that you disagree with, but you're going along with it and you're censoring yourself and your emotions and your thoughts, you are making your life awful. Because we know that from very good retrospective observational analysis. The number one thing people regret at the end of their lives is living their life based on what other people think they should live. So when you have a voice, this isn't a license to be an asshole. It's exactly the opposite.
No, I feel like asking this person, who's this lady that said,
no,
what do you really believe? Do you really believe that?
No, it's a wokeathon me. It's like, and it's got so crazy that it's like these guys, it's like tattoos. Okay. This is a tattoo person. It's like tattoos. So you go to a bunch of heavy metal shows and you're a biker and you get a tattoo. And then, you have a couple sleeves and you got a back piece and you're good with that. Well, then the next tattoo guy needs to have like a chest piece, a back piece, 2 sleeves, whatever. And before you know it, to be the most extreme tattoo person, your entire face is tattooed and you're that guy that, tattooed his, his, the sclera of his eyes black. That's what this is. You've tattooed your eyes black. It's like, well, I can be more wokier than the other person, not understanding that most people think you're an idiot. And most people need to openly mock this. This deserves mockery. It's the only thing that it deserves. These poor people caught in gender confusion and gender dysphoria, manipulated by the media, they deserve nothing but our compassion. Nothing. If you hate your body so much that you want to cut your genitals off, I have nothing but compassion for you. If you're being manipulated by the head of the Canadian Cancer Society, I have nothing but scorn and judgment for you.
Those
I'm
people
sorry.
are the idiots.
They're the idiots.
Mocking.
Yes, they deserve nothing but mockery.
Who are the real idiots? Who are the real?
I think it's obvious.
I think so too. But I want people to speak out. I don't know. What are we going to start a new hashtag? No front hole.
That's
not a good hashtag.
It's so unbelievably childish.
It is childish. Come on, women. Like I didn't think I was ever a feminist, but frick that. I guess you've driven me to become one because I ain't going to let anybody call it that. A front hole. Like that is just stupid. Oh, but maybe I don't get to call it that on me because I'm not an LGBTQ plus XYZ spirit person, according to Trudeau. So I don't own a front hole. So I don't get to judge. right?
No, I'll be the judge of that.
Oh, it's a hole, all right. After giving birth to 2 of his children, it's a big blasted, like Hiroshima hole.
There's a disadvantage to being married to a man that's only 5'6". Well, was 5'6", and the diameter of his head is the equivalent to the diameter or the length of his entire body.
Oh, I think this is what we need.
Yes, that's a bad thing.
See this
When
thing?
the diameter of
Hear
your
the
head
sound?
stretched out is the height of your entire body. Okay, let's see. Measure it.
Okay, we do this at childbirth. Oh shit. And we have a reading of, any guesses? You'd be surprised that it's that low.
No, I don't think it was accurate.
I think it's.
No, you got to go to the right there.
We are measuring Tim's head circumference, just like a newborn baby. Oh, and the answer is almost 24 centimeters.
No, that's not 24 centimeters.
Oh,
that's 24 inches. That's 2 feet of cranium.
Oh my gosh,
Cranius maximus.
How can that be?
2
How can
feet
that
of
be?
cranium.
It's because I'm in America, and I forgot it's 61 centimeters. People.
61.
Okay, we just wasted 2 minutes measuring your head circumference.
Yes. Guess what, kids?
That is
In the head circumference
huge.
game, size matter.
Yeah, it does when you're having a baby. Not by C-section.
Remember when I was running marathons? it's like we don't have pants that small. You have to go to the boys department. And I said I can't because those pants they don't have 32-inch quads and 28-inch waists, and then they don't have like extra large hats. That's in the birth defect aisle. Could you direct me to the birth defect aisle, please?
Oh my gosh. No, that's not birth defect. It's called growth defect.
Whatever.
At birth, you were this precious, cutely formed little baby. And I don't know, with time, things grew and other things didn't grow. Let's just say. That's all I'm saying.
Like, you'd think my mother smoked. I'd probably be less dysmorphic if she did.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
No way she was smoking. Not a chance.
Now that we've cheered up the attitude in the room a little bit after that horrific start with that depressing news, what do you got for us next?
Well, let's see here. Reason not to go vegan.
No, this all sounds depressing today.
16-time Joey Chestnut banned from Nathan's hot dog eating championship. So if you want to see my wife throw up in her mouth, then what you need to do is you need to get the Nathan's hot dog eating contest on July 4th going.
No.
And then make her watch it for the entire half an hour.
Not gonna watch it.
And she will. It is absolutely unbelievable how grossed out she is.
Not gonna watch it.
So Joey Chestnut, I couldn't believe it. He gets paid like $200,000 to show up for this thing, right? Plus, I think other money and prize money and whatnot. But he took some sponsorship from a vegan hot dog company. And Nathan's are like, nope, you breached the contract. You can't go into the biggest hot dog eating contest. Even though you're in the League of Professional Eaters or whatever it's called. No mas. They're trying to work out the contract, but negative, Ghost Rider. And I'm like, I get it. It's not because he's vegan. Well, I'm sure he's not vegan. It's not because it's vegan. It's because he's being sponsored by a different hot dog company.
Ah.
And why would you mess that up? My sense is, this is my guess. We have 3 weeks until the contest. I think that this is a very bold, very ballsy negotiating ploy to get more money to appear and to shift and to get one contract bought out and to come back to Nathan's, because no one's going to care about the hot dog eating contest if the king of hot dog eating contests is not there.
I'm going to move this slide over. Oh, it's not
You can just do this.
It's not going to work. No, you're right.
So that's what I think. But what do I know? So kids.
So here's my thought.
Jury's out. It's coming. We'll see. I think this is a negotiating ploy.
Is that why you're wearing your 4th of July shirt?
No, it's because I'm still sweating from
You're
my
getting
workout.
ready for the hot dog. So here's what I think. Vegan or not vegan, the hot dog eating contest should be banned anyway. It's so disgusting.
No, it should not be banned.
It's so disgusting.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be banned, you communist.
Okay, not banned. If
you don't want to watch it, watch something else. Watch the Boston Pops play in Boston for their 4th of July thing next to the
hot dog
ship where they threw all the tea off in the Boston.
Disgusting. Shoveling food down your throat, down your gullet, basically. Disgusting. You go have fun. Watch your hellacious, what is that? Pork products, ground pork products that are what? Hoofs, asses, and cartilage and
eyeballs,
ground up junk.
They call it eyeballs to assholes.
There you go.
I really want to see my race, though. I want to see the drunken 10K.
Okay, stop. You don't do sports drunk. You don't get. I mean, you keep talking your race.
No,
give me a break.
I don't do that.
You're all talk.
No, I'm saying my idea, where you, instead of having water stations at a 10K, you have
that is
vodka stations.
Not healthy. Come on.
Well, of course, it's entirely not healthy.
And you're going to get a lot of haters now on YouTube channel.
Right, and running 100 miles is healthy.
You should have your license revoked because you're promoting unhealthy behavior.
I'm not. I'm saying I want to see this rate. I'm not promoting it. I'm just saying I want to see it. I want to see the drunken 10K.
I'm shaking my
where
head.
Instead of water stations, every mile or every kilometer, that would be even better because that would be 10 shots. They have a vodka station. Mm-hmm. And how you win.
Plant the idea.
How you win is time divided. It's a ratio of your running time. It's a ratio of your shots of vodka, your blood alcohol divided by your time.
You know what? This is just like tempting kids to eat Tide Pods. Unhealthy behavior.
If some dipshit listens to me and decides to actually do this, good for them. I just want to watch it. I don't want to promote it.
There's always that one person.
Just want to watch it.
And there's always that one lawyer. And there's always that one lawyer.
Yes.
Like at McDonald's, ready to come after your ass and your little wallet.
And then the commentators. He would have won. He ran in a very good 10K time of 28 minutes and 30 seconds, but his blood alcohol was only 17 times the legal limit. And unfortunately, the winner ran a 30-30, and his blood alcohol was 25 times the legal limit. So,
yeah.
Look, if you can eat 75 hot dogs in whatever period of time that is, don't tell me that my drunken 10K is a bad idea. They have dialysis machines right at the end for alcohol.
The hot dogs, as disgusting as they are probably a little safer than your idea. All right, on to the next one.
Oh, castoreum. Castoreum. Just say that with me, folks.
Well,
has anyone heard of the food additive called castoreum?
It's a food additive.
Yes,
it's not in food.
It's an additive.
Castoreum?
To make certain. Okay. It's a natural.
It says it's safe.
It is. You got to just let me listen to it. Let me read this so you can absorb it in all of its glory. Natural flavoring. It's a natural flavoring. Vanilla flavored and other foods.
That makes no sense. Vanilla flavored and other foods. What's that mean?
That's how it is rated when the FDA looks at this stuff. It's other foods category, and its specific reason is vanilla flavoring. This substance is occasionally used as a natural flavoring. Only about 1,000 pounds of the product are used annually, so it really isn't a significant part of the food supply, nor should it pose any risk. The FDA considers it to be generally recognized as safe, but because it is extracted from the anal castor sacs of beavers, it has been publicly lampooned in recent years.
Yes, I have heard of this. We talked about this a couple years ago on our podcast, I recall. And it's vanilla flavor? Yes.
Well, they added to vanilla flavor.
Yeah.
But you see, here's the thing that's so crazy, and this is where reading the labels goes completely off the rails. Like Gina Davis, 64, Impala, Thelma and Louise off the cliff, is they don't have to put on the food label castoreum.
Really? It just says
because natural flavors.
Vanilla. So if it says, that's right, we had this discussion before. I remember if it says natural,
if it's flavors, a natural occurring, so it doesn't matter
because it's natural. It's
correct.
Good for you, and therefore
it's a natural flavor. So it's not an artificial.
Suck away
flavor.
On that beaver's ass.
That's right. It doesn't matter that a beaver's ass presented this to the world. It's a natural flavor.
Who gets to milk those anal glands?
Well, yes.
What
and guess
I want
what?
to know.
My entire body then is a food additive filled with natural flavors. Like, it's so completely mental. Like, it's just, can you? But it's not. It's the anal glands of the beaver.
Well, hey, you know what? In the body of Christ, every part has a role. From the brain, the heart, the kidneys and lungs, down to the
I thought I was the amygdala. Unfortunately, I'm the castoreum producing gland in the body of. I am the vanilla flavoring.
I think you are the
body of Christ.
The vanilla flavor in the body of Christ. You had flavor and spice.
Well, humans don't have anal glands, so there.
Well, beavers. Our creation. I don't know. Oh my gosh.
But then if you want to go down the rabbit hole of all rabbit holes.
I'm thinking, how did they find that out? Well, I guess.
Exactly.
Come on, but that's obvious. Back to the times when they're slaying animals and cutting them up for their pelts, etc. And someone accidentally sliced through that sucker and poof. Oh, it smells like a little Annie's Blade vanilla vodka, which is what we're drinking tonight.
It does.
And what kind of flavoring does Loaded Cannon use in their vanilla vodka? I do want to know. This is
blueberry vanilla.
It's blueberry.
It is delicious.
Vanilla. Okay. If they're watching,
I think that there was some French Canadian guy.
I want to know
that got washed down a stream, got stuck in the beaver dam, was as hungry as hell, and he's like, the beaver acid, they smell like vanilla. I think we shall cut the beaver sac out of the butt of the beaver, and we shall make the mix with the maple syrup and have vanilla maple syrup.
Oh, because you can get them vanilla pods back from what?
No vanilla pods in northern Quebec.
Thailand or the Philippines or wherever they are. Yeah, I looked on here. No mention of flavoring. I know for a fact
flavoring is actually vanilla
that they put in real vanilla pop beans. Because I saw them in their distillery. It's actually pretty cool to go visit there. Yes, they do put real food.
Yeah, like their limoncello is actually lemons.
I'm
Who would have thought of that?
Sorry. I lost my train of thought there. Still focusing on those poor beavers.
Do you know the beaver? It smells.
Is that like why, when I grew up as a kid in Canada, and actually, when I was in university at a summer job working for a Department of Environment, and there were these flow ponds that they'd have to egress out. Beavers would always come and plug them up with their dams, and fun times. We got to go in there, myself and a coworker, and break these beaver dams up all the time. On a weekly basis, but I'm wondering if that's why it smelled so heavenly and
it smelled heavenly.
Smelled freshly, like vanilla scented.
Did it really?
Trees? No, I'm bullshitting you. Oh my
Of course you're bullshitting me. I'm like, really? It's beaver butt.
It did not smell heavenly.
From now on.
No.
From now on,
sucker.
vanilla
My gosh.
ice cream.
I'm never going to eat it again.
It's called beaver butt to me. What flavor would you like? I would like beaver butt.
They have
please.
beaver tracks. Maybe that's what's in beaver track.
Yeah,
ice
well,
cream.
they have it that has the little turd of the beaver. No,
I'm going to look at the ingredients, and
beaver
so
butt.
should you, to see if it's
beaver butt.
real or natural.
Would you like
flavoring.
strawberry chocolate or beaver butt? Yes, I would like the beaver butt ice cream, please.
Yeah, we talked about this before a long time ago, and how did I forget? Oh my goodness.
No, it's like, oh my gosh, can you believe?
Horrific. All right.
I
What's
think we're done.
coming out on the podcast
this
week?
My gosh, I forgot. So this has been a really special last month or so for May and I with regards to interviews. They have really been personally edifying, let's say. Tomorrow's is Colonel Thomas Remfer, who was one of the first vaccine whistleblowers in the U.S. Air Force way back in 98. I'm sorry. I had them dyslexic, like whatever. 1998 with regards to the mandates for the anthrax vaccine. Very interesting story how he came from, this was an illegal order, you can't mandate the anthrax vaccine for a bunch of reasons, to holy crap, they did it again with COVID. He wrote a book about this. It's a great story, a very courageous man, a tremendous guy to listen to, really easy to listen to, very eloquent and erudite. And we really enjoyed speaking with him. The week after, we won't tell you who it is, but your brains will explode.
I think you already gave it away last week when we completed the interview and you shared. So go back and listen to that one if you really want to know. But yeah, we're excited for the episode to come out. And other than that, Truth Serum, you can find all the musings and insights and some extra photos now and then from my thoughts from the past. Last week's was all about just crossing bridges of life, and there's a picture of me deep in the woods of the Philippines, freaked out. So sign up on our website, and you go to www.bsfreemd/truth serum, I believe. Go to our website, scroll to the bottom, and you can sign up there. It comes every week. It's free. And we kind of play ping pong, tennis, or pickleball, whatever your favorite is, with sharing ideas on Truth Serum. All right. If you like this show on the replay or watching it live, please go to one of our socials, especially Apple or Spotify, and give us a rating. It helps in so many ways. People think, why do I want to go there and write anything? Because when you
even one
give
word
a rating, like amazing, funny, hilarious, stupid, nonsense,
even the word dipshit will help
save
us.
The front hole, whatever you want to put, it bumps up the algorithm on there so that the podcast platform knows that people are listening, and they help push it, which helps us get more listeners and sponsors so that we can keep doing this. So that means the world to us. We also like your comments, your emails, your interactions, and on our podcast episodes on Thursdays, we give you shout outs. So stay tuned to the end of those episodes to see if we have featured your comment to us. We appreciate our fans. You're the reason we are here instead of doing this nonsense in our own home, and with the
here's the reality,
with the poor neighborhood friends and family. And
here's the reality. This nonsense is going on whether you watch it or not. And it's entertained the living shit out of me for the last 32 years. So you might as well watch it and enjoy it as well.
And I need a respite. So please stay tuned.
It's no secret that medicine is a bit uptight. That's why Tim and I created BS Free MD, to mix things up a little and have fun in the process. Besides, we are having these exact same discussions all the time, so we thought we might as well invite everyone to the party. If you really like us, you can get plenty more and maybe see one of Tim's cool tattoos on our Instagram or Facebook pages at BSFreeMD. See you next time.
But we try to keep BS3MD as raw and real as possible. We can't be held responsible for any medical decisions or discussions had as a result of what you've heard on the show. We know, bummer. But the truth is, we really do care about your questions. So feel free to reach out to us by email at doc@bsfreemd.com.